All right, guys. Day 2 is complete. Big skills that we learned today. We worked on streamlining, which is a very important skill. It's probably one of the most important skills, especially for developing swimmers. And that is making sure your body is as skinny and as tight in the water as possible. For those of you that may be new to swimming, Streamline is locking your arms behind your head, making sure your hands are overlapping. They're over top of each other. And the big thing about a streamline is making sure that you make your shoulders, which is the widest part of your body, you actually are going to try to make them one of the skinniest parts of your body. All right, so next thing we worked with the little kids, we had the 5 and 6-year-olds and the 4-year-olds in the water, but we really worked on back floating. And with back floating skills, there's a few things to make sure that you keep in line, and it makes it a lot easier to perform. And back floating is one of, it's not just a survival skill, it's also a skill that that leads into competitive strokes, especially with backstroke. And it's got certain components, and once you get those down, then everything else seems to fall in place very, very quickly. Big thing with back floating, when you're first starting to learn, stay wide in the water. Make sure you keep your chest full of air, keep your lungs full of air, right? And your chin. Your chin has a lot to do with the back float. If your chin is down, it actually causes your neck to curl, which causes your back to curl, which causes your hips to sink. And if your hips sink, guess what happens to the rest of your body? Your rest of your body is going to follow that downward. All right, so if your chin stays up, it keeps your spine flat, and it keeps it straight, and then it keeps your hips high, and it allows you to stay on top of the water. The easiest way to actually keep your hips on the surface, because if your hips sink, you're sinking, right? So the easiest way to keep your hips up is actually flex your stomach muscles. When you flex your stomach muscles, your hips come up, and they stay in that position, which helps to keep you on top of the water. All right, but if you arch your back, this is actually a bad position to teach to keep your hips up. You really don't want to arch your back because that's a bad swimming position. Work on these skills. I know we went through it really, really quickly. We'll recap at the house, and hopefully you guys will pick up on these skills relatively quickly, and you'll put them in place, and they'll help you to become successful as well. All right, but it's a big deal. If it's not important, I don't mention it at practice.
What did the worker say when he got fired from the rubber band factory?
What?
Oh snap! No. And assistant coach right here said she didn't like my last joke, so I've got another one. We'll see how that one flies. I really don't think she understood the last joke. I think that's why she didn't like it. All right, what did one hat say to the other hat?
What?
You have a guess at all? You stay here. I'll go on ahead. Yeah.
Oh, that was funny.
All right, guys. Voice is still a little bit raspy from practice. Been a little bit louder than I've been used to. Had a very good showing today at practice, and the skills that we worked on, everybody did a really good job. We worked on a lot of streamlining skills and some back floating skills, and all of these basics are very important to get in line before you really start hitting the strokes. All right, it's really important to get those things in line first, because if you leapfrog, if you jump over some of the basics, then you really regret it later on, because certain things may not work right, and it's because you skipped something in the beginning. So today we did streamlining, and we went over some of the key mechanics of back floating skills. Now, I hope you guys had fun at practice, at your practice, and I hope you learned a lot. And when I get to the house, we're going to do a recap. All right, here we go.
Whoo! Oh, goodness. Day 2. And I still, at this point in my career, have not learned my lesson about wearing sunscreen. All right, so I took my shirt off today. I was in the water, and I've got a little bit of tenderness. Yesterday, it was my head. Today, I went with my shirt, and I still am burning myself at this point. It's kind of disheartening. But at this point in the season, this is day 2. We're still hitting some of the basic skills. And the big ones that we hit today, number 1, we hit the streamline. Streamline is very, very important. Streamline is as fast as you will go in the water because you use that on your starts. You use that on the turns, and you'll never ever swim as fast as you're moving on a tight streamline. So make sure that you lock it up nice and tight. The key points are making sure that your hands are overlapped, that they're not beside each other. This is kind of Superman style, so that's bad news. Also, making sure that you have it as tight as you possibly can locked behind your head. I know it sounds simple, but this is one of those skills that it actually benefits you a whole lot to do it perfect, not pretty good. There's a whole lot of swimmers out there that have a pretty good streamline, but if you can be one of those that has a perfect streamline, then it really gives you an advantage over the other swimmers. All right, so that was a big point that we covered today. Also, we went over some back floating skills, and back floating skills, make sure you keep your chin up, all right, because when your chin drops, it actually causes your spine to curl, which forces your hips down, and if your hips sink, then the rest of your body is going to follow and you're going down right afterwards. All right, so keep those lungs full of air, keep that chin up, and make sure that you keep your hips up by flexing your stomach muscle, not by arching your back. That's a bad habit that can hang around for a long time. All right, guys, those are the skills that we worked on today in my practice. So practice those skills. Make sure you've got those in line, and the rest of the season is going to be smooth once you get all those things in line. And we got more basics coming tomorrow. So best of luck to everybody. I hope you're enjoying your season, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. That's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out yesterday's video down below. And if you have any questions or comments, then please leave them below and I'll answer them as soon as I can. Also, give me a like.